Hello and welcome. I'm with you today because I wanted to bang on about this Blackadder family tree that I made a little while ago, making sense of pretty much everything we see in the BBC sitcom Blackadder. At the top there we have some creator credits, Richard Curtis, Rowan Atkinson and Ben Elton, of course, and an ideas credit for my brother Jake, with whom I came up with this stuff. On the bottom, we have a key which may be useful for people who can see colour. Black boxes are the Blackadders of the TV series and specials. Red boxes are canon. Blue are fanon, the stuff that we have made up. Time to zoom in. We begin with the Blackadder because that is the beginning of the Blackadder dynasty. Blackadder back and forth may say that there were Lord Blackadders before this, but we have to ignore that. It doesn't make sense. We know that Edmund Plantagenet, the Blackadder's parents, were King Richard IV of England, lost to history of course, and Gertrude, Queen of Flanders. We know that they had an older son, Prince Harry of Wales. We also know that Edmund, Duke of Edinburgh, was married to Princess Leia of Hungary. So the thing that makes the most sense is that she is the mother of the next Blackadder. By the time Edmund dies, she'd be a young teenager, in those days plenty old enough to be bearing children. And knowing of the moniker the Blackadder, she called her son Edmund Blackadder, who, we've said here, was ennobled by Henry VIII, never seen in Blackadder, but sometimes mentioned most often as the father of Queen Elizabeth when we see her in Blackadder 2. And we know from the lyrics of the first closing credits of Blackadder 2, his great-grandfather was a king. So that's the Blackadder. His son had two sons, the father of Blackadder 2 and Nathaniel Blackadder, later Lord Whiteadder, whom we see in Blackadder 2 with his wife, Lady Whiteadder. And we have a dual-coloured box here because there's a little bit of fanon to explain the name change. Obviously, being Puritans, they prefer the symbolism of light over dark, white over black, and it only makes sense that this change was at the insistence of Lady Whiteadder, because we see from the episode Beer that she is much, much, much more into Puritanism than her husband Nathaniel. Their nephew, of course, is Blackadder too. After that, we figure just one more generation before the Cavalier years. The comic relief special showing Lord Blackadder trying and failing to save Charles I and then defecting. This seemed like a good time to say that the Blackadders were stripped of their title. And we also need him to have a brother, James Blackadder. It seems a good time to send some Blackadders over to Scotland. As a loyal royalist, he has gone there during the English Civil War. James is a good name for him, the name of the previous king, and also, we shall see. 4 generations after that seemed correct to get us to the Regency, where we have Mr. Edmund Blackadder, no longer noble, butler to the Prince Regent, of course that is Blackadder III. In the final episode of that series, we meet his distant cousin, Macadder, James Blackadder's descendant, who gives us a nice little throwback to the Blackadder, believing in his royal ancestry. We hear that he is married to Morag, and that they have a son, Jamie, short for James presumably, although it's longer than James, and a daughter, Angus.
Angus is a girl.
We don't know for sure that Macadder also married Mrs. Miggins, and really it seems quite likely that she would have lost the fight, Morag being a native Highlander.
I look forward to burying you in the old Highland manor.
And then very little time passes before the Dickensian era, and we have Ebenezer Blackadder of Blackadder's Christmas Carol. I shall refer back to him at the end, but for now, there's time for one more generation before Captain Edmund Blackadder, who is, of course, Blackadder Goes Forth. And this next one gives a small spoiler for my own fanfiction, if anyone gives a flap about that. And it's not even finished at the time of recording, but I'm just seeing what I can do with my idea for an abdication series. And at this point, the Blackadders had to be re-ennobled. To make what sense we can of Blackadder back and forth, well, we're back with a Lord Edmund Blackadder, my own personal Blackadder's son and grandson of Captain Blackadder. And then we skip thousands of years into the distant future and come to Commander Edmund Blackadder, whom we also see in Blackadder's Christmas Carol. His future of marrying Queen Asphyxia the 19th is destined to come true because Ebenezer Blackadder turned bad. The Blackadders missed the opportunity to be re-ennobled at that stage, but their descendants will rule the universe, and there it all was. Was that at all interesting to you? It was to me, and it was very hard work, but I think it was worth it. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.